All right, so this time you guys have really thrown us a curveball.
Yeah.
Sunny Jetsun.
Yeah.
This guy
Yeah.
is something else.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like Hunter S. Thompson. But if he took a really long yoga retreat in Goa,
Oh, yeah.
we're talking about someone who's been traveling for decades, writing poetry, making art,
Yeah.
and it's all got this really spiritual kind of vibe.
Yeah.
He started out on that like classic hippie trail to India, ended up in Goa, and just like stayed there for 15 years.
Wow, 15 years. That's a long time.
But you know, our listeners, they want to go deeper than just the surface level stuff.
Oh, for sure.
They want the surreal, the controversial. Yeah, maybe find a poem that like hits them right between the eyes.
Yeah.
So get ready because we are diving deep into the world of Sunny Jetsun.
Right.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay, let's start with the book titles.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
bold choices.
Cosmogenic, Narcissistic, Toxic, Karmic, Synchronistic, Dharmic.
That's a mouthful.
Are you trying to give someone an existential crisis just from reading the cover?
Right.
And it's not even just that one
Oh, yeah.
Queen of Space, King of Flower Power, dripping rainbows,
That's amazing.
Kama Sutra Tantra, amusing the daughters of Venus in a garden of delights. Wow, like this guy is not messing around.
No, he's not.
So what do you make of this?
Yeah.
Is it just shock value or is there something deeper going on here?
I think it's definitely a deliberate choice.
Yeah.
You know, he's kind of throwing a grenade into this world of like conventional literature. It's like, look, I'm not playing by the rules.
Yeah.
I'm going to take you on a wild ride through my mind, and it's not going to be pretty or polite,
No kidding.
but it's going to be interesting.
Okay, so it's definitely a statement,
Uh-huh.
but let's actually look at the writing itself.
Okay.
He's got this really interesting stream of consciousness style.
I was going to say, it's almost like beat poetry,
Yeah.
but like on acid.
You get lines like, they've big, fat, king-sized curried chips on Mars. I mean, what the hell does that even mean?
It's surreal. It's disorienting.
Yeah.
And I think that's the point, you know?
Huh.
He's trying to like shake us out of our complacency.
Right.
Make us look at the world in a new way. And
Right.
remember, he's coming from this psychedelic background.
Right. The hippie trail.
Exactly those experiences.
Yeah.
You know, he's trying to translate these like altered states of consciousness into words.
Yeah.
And that's not an easy thing to do.
No, it's not.
It's a challenge.
And you know what? Sometimes it actually works.
Oh, yeah.
There's this one line that I keep coming back to.
Yeah.
A little black-orange frog pissing toxins onto your hand.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's bizarre,
Yeah.
but it's also strangely vivid.
It is.
It's like a hallucination that you just can't shake.
Yeah.
It feels so raw and unfiltered.
Unfiltered, for sure.
Like he's pouring his subconscious right onto the page.
right out there,
Yeah.
just spilling it out.
But then you've also got lines like, asking a hot mermaid to heal my murdered soul.
Oh.
Like, come on, is he serious?
Yeah.
Is this a joke?
I think there's definitely a playfulness there, a sense of humor, you know?
I agree.
He's not afraid to be absurd, to kind of push the boundaries a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think underneath that absurdity, there's this genuine search for meaning.
Okay.
He's wrestling with these big questions about life, death, the universe.
Yeah.
And he's not afraid to sound a little crazy in the process.
So would you say that this style is authentic to him?
That's a good question.
Or is it all an act?
It's hard to say for sure.
Yeah.
You know, maybe it's a bit of both.
Oh.
But I do think that the intensity of his emotions, whether it's rage, despair, or this yearning for connection,
Yeah.
that feels real to me.
Oh.
He's not holding back. He's putting it all out there.
All right, so we've established that Sunny Jetsun is a bit of a wild card.
Yeah, for sure.
But let's talk about the elephant in the room,
Okay.
the controversy.
There we go.
You asked for R-rated, and Sunny definitely delivers.
Oh, yeah.
This dude has a bone to pick with pretty much every authority figure out there.
It seems like it.
Governments, corporations, organized religion.
All of them.
They all get a piece of his mind.
They do.
He is deeply skeptical
Yeah.
of any kind of centralized power.
Skeptical is putting it lightly.
Okay, so he's not just skeptical.
Yeah.
He's downright furious.
He's angry.
You get phrases like Walsate,
Oh, yeah.
terrorists, digital plagues, sneaky genocide.
Strong words.
He does not mince words.
Nope.
So where do you think this intensity is coming from?
Well, I think it comes from a place of genuine concern. You know,
Yeah.
he sees these systems as inherently corrupt, as
Yeah.
threats to individual freedom and autonomy.
And he's particularly obsessed with technology.
Oh, absolutely.
He calls the Pentagon the largest office building,
Wow.
Silicon Valley, the promised empire.
Interesting.
It's like he sees this whole digital world as a dystopian nightmare.
Right.
He talks about brainwashing TV, digital blackboards, living as a slave to AI algorithms. What do you make of that?
I think he recognizes the potential for technology to be used for control and manipulation, and he's sounding the alarm.
Okay.
You know, he's asking us to question the role technology plays in our lives.
Yeah.
To be mindful of the ways it can shape our thoughts and our behaviors.
But then he also talks about the revolution being retweeted. So is he for technology or against it?
That's the question.
I'm starting to think this guy just likes to argue.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's against technology itself. Yeah. I think he's against the way it's being used.
Yeah.
He sees the potential for technology to connect people,
Right.
to empower individuals.
Yeah.
He's not advocating for like a return to some pre-technological utopia.
Right.
He's calling for a more conscious and ethical use of technology.
Okay, so he's complicated.
He is.
I'm starting to see why you sent us down this rabbit hole.
It's a deep one.
So you also wanted to find a poem
Yes.
that resonates with you.
Yeah.
Something that really gets under your skin.
Yeah.
I gotta say, this was tough.
It was?
This guy's a word tornado.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard to just pick one.
So many to choose from. Right. It's like trying to catch a lightning bolt.
But there's this one line that keeps coming back to me.
Okay.
They set you free. Simple, right?
Yeah.
But it really packs a punch.
It does.
It's like this sudden burst of hope
Yeah.
in the middle of all this darkness and paranoia.
I like that.
What do you think it means?
Well, it's so open to interpretation.
Right.
Who is they?
Yeah,
What does it mean to be set free?
exactly.
Is it about a spiritual awakening
Yeah.
or breaking free from societal constraints?
Could be.
Or is it something more personal, you know,
Yeah.
finding your own voice, finding your own path?
And maybe that's what makes Sunny Jetsun so compelling.
Yeah.
He's a walking contradiction.
He is.
This chaotic mix of brilliance and madness.
Right.
But underneath it all,
Uh-huh.
I think there's a genuine desire to wake people up,
I agree.
to shake them out of their apathy
Out of slumber.
and make them see the world
Yeah.
with fresh eyes.
Absolutely.
So what do you think, listener?
Yeah.
Does any of this resonate with you?
Good question.
Have you ever felt that urge to break free from the system,
Yeah.
to find your own truth,
Your own way.
even if it means questioning everything you thought you knew,
Because that's what Sunny Jetsun is all about.
challenging the status quo,
Pushing boundaries.
and embracing the messy,
Yeah.
chaotic beauty?
The beautiful chaos of...
You know, it's funny you mentioned that line.
Which one?
They set you free.
Yeah.
Because it really ties into something else we see a lot in Sunny's work.
Okay, what's that?
This real reverence he has for women.
Oh, yeah,
It's
totally.
this almost mystical view of feminine power.
It's not just some, like, hippy-dippy love and peace vibe either.
He's got these lines like, meteor monster woman can pull the trigger. Smart, organic heart, live life. Life is magic. Live and let live.
Wow.
There's a real fierceness there.
Yeah.
It's like he's saying, don't underestimate women. They're the ones who can bring down the whole damn system.
It's like women embody this primal energy for him, this force of nature that's both creative and destructive.
Totally. And he's constantly referencing these like powerful female figures,
Oh, yeah.
goddesses, queens, mermaids,
Yeah.
all these figures that exist outside the structures he's always railing against.
Exactly.
And let's be real, some of it's straight up erotic.
Oh, for sure.
This is a guy who clearly loves women,
Yeah.
and not just in some abstract spiritual way.
Right.
He celebrates their beauty, their sensuality,
Uh-huh.
but it
Yeah.
never feels exploitative. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
There's respect there.
Definitely.
A genuine appreciation for the complexity of women.
Yeah, I think he sees them as the key to unlocking a deeper level of consciousness. Both personally and for humanity as a whole.
Which is kind of wild considering how pissed off he is at most of humanity.
Right.
But maybe that's the point.
Maybe.
He sees this potential for love and connection as the antidote,
The cure.
to all the crap he sees in the world.
It's like in that line that the one person who loves you just for yourself,
Oh, yeah.
there's this vulnerability there,
Right.
which you wouldn't expect from a guy who calls world leaders vile gangsters.
And then he goes off about cellular love vision and spreading the love.
It's all connected.
Is this dude a revolutionary or a hopeless romantic?
Probably both.
Yeah.
But I think he's onto something with this idea of love as a revolutionary force.
Okay.
He's not talking about some sacky Hallmark version of love.
Right.
It's this raw, powerful energy
Yeah.
that can break down barriers and create real change.
So how does all of this tie in with his spiritual side?
Yeah.
Because he's clearly drawing from some deep well of Eastern traditions, right?
Oh, absolutely.
He's got all this talk about yoga meditation, chakras, cosmic energy.
Uh-huh.
It's like he's trying to tap into this universal consciousness.
That interconnectedness of all things.
But it's not just about personal enlightenment.
Yeah.
He's not trying to escape the world.
He's very much engaged.
He wants to use that spiritual awareness to fight for justice, for equality.
Right. He sees spirituality as a tool for social change.
Yeah.
For awakening people to their own power and their responsibility to make the world a better place.
Okay, so we've got this guy who's simultaneously a raging cynic and a wide-eyed idealist.
Yeah.
He distrusts power, but reveres women.
It's the fascinating contradiction.
He sees technology as both a threat and a potential tool for liberation.
Right.
And he believes love can save the world.
It's a lot to unpack.
Honestly, I'm not sure what to make of him.
Me neither.
And let's not forget about the psychedelic element.
Oh, right. Of course.
This is a guy who came of age on the hippie trail,
Yeah?
experimenting with all sorts of mind-altering substances.
It had to have influenced his worldview.
Absolutely.
The stream of consciousness style, the vivid imagery, the blurring of reality and fantasy.
Right.
It all points to the influence of those psychedelic experiences.
He even name-drops specific drugs.
Yeah.
LSD, mescaline, ecstasy.
Uh-huh.
And then there's that line, psychedelic isn't a sound, it's space in between the music.
I love that one.
It's like he's trying to capture that feeling of expanded consciousness.
Of seeing the world in a completely different way.
Right.
And he seems to view psychedelics as a way to break through societal conditioning,
Okay.
to access deeper levels of reality, to connect with something bigger than himself.
He talks about multidimensional universes, astral holograms, quantum tunneling into light at night.
It's like he's trying to describe a reality that's beyond our everyday comprehension.
It's like he took a giant bong rip of reality
Uh-huh. Yeah.
and then tried to explain it to us.
Exactly.
And whether or not we fully grasp what he's saying,
Yeah.
I think there's something valuable in that attempt. He's pushing us to expand our own awareness,
To open our minds.
to consider the possibility that there's more to life than what we can see and touch.
Absolutely.
So we've got spirituality, psychedelics, social critique, and a whole lot of love for women.
It's a potent mix.
It is.
But is this guy a genius or a madman?
That is the question.
And it's one we'll have to grapple with in our final segment.
Don't go anywhere. Okay, so we've explored the surreal landscapes of Sunny Jetsun's mind. We've delved into his controversial takes, and we've even found like a glimmer of hope in this chaotic worldview of his. But the big question remains, is this guy a visionary or just plain nuts?
Tough call.
What's the verdict?
I mean, honestly, he's such a paradox.
Yeah.
A brilliant mind that seems like it's constantly on the verge of, like, imploding.
Yeah.
But he's got these incredibly sharp insights into the systems that control our lives. The way technology is shaping our thoughts, the insidious creep of corporate power.
It's true. When he talks about Wall Street terrorists and digital plagues, it's easy to just dismiss it as crazy talk. But then you step back and think, damn, he's got a point. We are kind of drowning in this sea of data.
Right.
Manipulated by algorithms, constantly bombarded with advertising. It's not that far off from like a dystopian sci-fi novel.
Exactly. And his warnings about the erosion of privacy, the concentration of wealth and power, the manipulation of the media, these are all things that are happening right now. He's just expressing them in a way that's raw, unfiltered, and often downright outrageous.
Then you've got the flip side. The alien encounters the conspiracy theories that go off the deep end. It's like he's channeling every fringe idea out there, from ancient astronauts to government mind control. So how do we reconcile that with the genuine insights he has?
I think it's all part of the same impulse. You know, this desire to see beyond the surface of things, to question everything we're told to believe. He's not afraid to go to those dark places to explore the edges of reality, even if it means sounding crazy to some people.
And maybe that's what makes him so important. He's a reminder that we need to be skeptical, to think for ourselves, to challenge the narratives that are being fed to us. Because if we don't, we risk becoming sleepwalkers, passively accepting whatever reality is being presented to us.
Yeah, he's like a jolt to the system, a wake-up call. He's saying, hey, pay attention. This is what's happening. Are you going to just sit there and take it, or are you going to do something about it?
And I think that's where his faith in love and the feminine divine comes in.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he's saying, yeah, the world is messed up, but there's still hope. We have the power to change things, to create a better future. But it's not going to come from the top down.
Right.
It's going to come from the heart, from connection, from embracing the power of love and compassion.
He's not offering easy answers or simple solutions. He's just throwing it all out there. The good, the bad, the ugly. He's forcing us to confront the complexity of the world, the messiness of human existence.
So what do we do with all of this? Where do we go from here?
Well, I think the key is to engage with his work critically, to sift through the chaos and find the nuggets of truth that resonate with us. Don't take everything he says as gospel, but don't dismiss him outright either. Let his words provoke you, challenge you, inspire you.
Yeah, let it be a starting point for your own exploration, your own journey of discovery. Because ultimately, that's what Sunny Jetsun is all about, pushing us to question, to seek to evolve.
He may be a bit rough around the edges, but he's got a big heart, a sharp mind, and a soul that's on fire. And in a world that's increasingly numb and complacent, maybe that's exactly what we need.
So to our listener, we say this: if you're feeling adventurous, if you're tired of same old narratives, if you're ready to shake things up, dive into the world of Sunny Jetsun, you might be surprised by what you find.
And who knows, you might even discover a little bit of yourself along the way.